Needless to say, Throne of Liberty's been on a steep decline as of late, and there are many reasons we can point out. But the one reason that I want to point out in this video is one that I find very important that isn't getting enough screen time. Exploit. Aridus hatred buff. Aridus hatred buff. Aridus hatred buff. Aridus hatred buff. And that's fine. But I know NCSoft. I played Aeon since release and throughout the years, and that game had very powerful third-party tools. For $5 a month, you get all the hacks, radar hacks, attack speed hack, teleportation, even a bot farm capability built into one. And they could not stop it. They did not stop it for over a decade. Those things have been going on, and NCSoft, a billion-dollar company, never stopped it. And I worry about Throne of Liberty's fate because this exploit that's been going on and that players have been abusing knowingly should be a relatively easy thing to fix. The exploit I'm talking about is the Aridus bug. The Aridus staff is a boss weapon that's pretty powerful. It has a powerful passive buff that if you stand still for 3 seconds, it gives you 30 bonus damage. And if you move, after 2 seconds, it falls off and you can reapply it by standing still. However, with this bug, you can snapshot it so it stays on. Then it can go a step further. You can switch weapons after you snapshot it, and even if you're not a staff player, you can still abuse this bug. And that makes it so deadly, especially now with a new weapon like Spear, which does so much damage. With bows being so crazy and large scale, flash waving entire groups of people, it just makes the damage even more deadly in this game. It's already off the charts where it's really difficult to survive, and now on top of that we got an exploit like this, which is so simple to do and so accessible for players, and in my opinion should be very easy for them to stop. At the very least, brothers, change the number from 30 to 0, come back from vacation in a few weeks, then fix it. You just leave it out in the open for people to rampantly use and abuse. Like, come on. Now, I'm on a server called Xeroth, and it is a very active server. It's insanely competitive. Every world boss is popping with PvP. Every nighttime cycle is so packed with PvP. And I love the server for what it is, but when you have that many people and it's that competitive, you're also going to get a lot more exploiters. In this video, I'm going to be calling out the ones that I found in game, and there's a lot of them. Like literally 1 in every 15 players I click on, exploiting. And it's probably even more because some people are smart enough to hide their weapon while some others not very much so. But even if they hide their weapon, you can still tell that they're exploiting. So if someone is doing the Aridus bug, you'll see the Aridus buff icon on their status bar. If they have a staff weapon, you can hover your mouse over the staff icon and see what weapon they have equipped. And if they have it hidden, you can wait till they move. If they move around in 2 seconds, that buff doesn't drop off. And if they're moving around, if like a passive like asceticism is still active, you know they snapshotted and used the exploit. And others are even more brazen. They'll sit in town, like literally in Stone Guard, with a spear dagger and an Aridus buff. Bro, how much more obvious do you have to be? You'll see one guy's wearing double arc boss weapons. Neither of those weapons are an Aridus staff, sitting there with the buff and also macroing healing touch. Like it's wild that people think there's no repercussion because, you know, likely AGS probably isn't going to do anything to them. And personally, I don't want these players to get banned. I mean, it sucks when you lose your account, and it's something that everyone's able to do so easily, and it's so rampant and everyone's already doing it, and they just send it. Like, as long as they fix it, I'm happy. That's enough for me. But, you know, it is so common that even our guild officer was like, before Bellendir Peace, they're like, everyone activate your Aridus buff. We need to secure them arc boss weapons. I'm sure they were joking or something, but still, anyone who reads it and isn't in comms, I wasn't in comms, they would think they're serious. Anyway, I'm not in that guild anymore for other reasons, but let's go through the footage I have of all the people that I found doing this, and we'll close it out after. You'll see there's a lot of people, and this is barely even a fraction of the player base I've been able to ID. Yo, actually check out this bug abuser. What guild is this? 9 to 5. This guy's literally wearing a Bellendir staff. And look, he's got an Aridus buff. This is crazy. No shame. What is this guy's name? Breed. And does he have a macro? He probably has a macro going, just spamming healing touch. Yeah, he probably has a macro. What an abuser. That's the state of the game. There you go. Here is another one. Let's see who this is. This is Prismic from Take Care Panda. They're clearly wearing a Bellendir staff. Let's see their build. It's a staff bow. They're wearing a bow. They're wearing a Bellendir staff. But uh-oh, look at this. Aridus is hatred. How do they get that? Here's another one. This is Almond from Take Care Panda. Spear Greatsword. Why the hell does he have Aridus Hatred's buff? This is even worse. He doesn't even use a staff. My god. Here's another brazen one. This guy's name is Lucky with a 3 from Chicks with Sticks. Sorry. He's wearing a crossbow and a bow. He has an Aridus Hatred buff. I wonder how. Exploit. Well, let's take a look at this guy. He's a SNS Greatsword from Take Care Panda named Pomona. Look at that, Aridus Hatred buff. I wonder what's going on here. Here's another brazen one. This one's named Dahoud from Swipe Credit. We see he's a Spear Dagger, but he has an Aridus Hatred buff. No, not from my last guild. Draco, shame on you. Spear Dagger, Aridus Hatred buff. Come on, man. Be better. Oh, found another ding dong. This one's from Fury. Skywalker is wearing a Talus staff. We can clearly see staff bow, but he has an Aridus Hatred buff. This one is named True. He's from Visa, and he is a bow crossbow with an Aridus Hatred buff. Oh, Supple Phoenix is a Temper bow staff with a Tublick staff. Lame. And he has an Aridus Hatred buff. If you have an Aridus staff, just use the Aridus staff. What's wrong with that? Come on. This one is from Synhedron. Blue Hornet, Bow Wand. Aridus Hatred buff. Ain't no way, you ain't. I know you're hiding your shit. I know you got double arc paws. Don't even start. All right, the first clip wasn't fair. Let's just watch him run around and never lose this buff. He'll lose the attack speed buff, but he doesn't lose this one. So just saying. Just saying. Oh, we're in Dominion. They hide your names, guys. Oh, you can't. You're totally safe to cheat right here. Look at this guy. Aridus staff, Greatsword, SNS. Let's see who it is. Hey, yo, bro, kill me. Come and kill me. Everybody, just kill me here. I want to see who this guy is. All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see who this hero is. Be smart. He'll teleport away. All right, once he's out of range, it should reveal his name. Keep running, fool. Take care, Bear Volt. Don't do that, bro. That's cheating. Yo, look at this. My teammate here is cheating. Yo, Daniel, where you at? I saw that, bro. I saw that. I totally saw. I see. Aridus buff. Dagger crossbow. Come on, Daniel. All right. Obese. No, brother. Why? Aridus buff? Oh, dagger spear. Come on, Obese. Ah, this guy again. Cottonmouth. I've seen him before. He'd get the destroyer buff and run around with the Aridus buff, even though he's a freaking bow dagger. Like, that's a bit overkill, bro. You're already getting the Aridus buff. Pick one. You don't have to do both. Man, this guy always has this buff running. He doesn't give a fuck. Cottonmouth, go crazy. All right, found another one. This is Reshura from Corrupt. Wearing a Talus staff, but Aridus buff. Ayo, another Swipe Credit member, Flan. Got a SNS Greatsword here with the Aridus buff. You know, I thought it was a bit odd that I haven't seen too many Supple folks doing it. I know I did. I caught one of the advisors X-dash to it, but I couldn't get a clip. Here we have Kiwi.HC from Supple Oni. Bow Wand with an Aridus buff. I could have swore I saw this guy already. 9 to 5 Breathe. Aridus buff. Bell staff. Daggers. We got a Greatsword dagger here. Macho Man? Yeah, Macho Man from Visa. Aridus buff with a Greatsword dagger. There you go. Another Supple member. Supple Shinzu. Dagger bow. Aridus buff. Here's Screamy running around as well. I can't see their weapons. And they're wearing skins, but you can tell by them moving around non-stop that the Aridus buff is snapshotted. We got another one, Supple Oni. Name is Faint. Once again, running around. The buff does not drop, even though it's supposed to drop after 2 seconds. Look at him. He doesn't even move. He doesn't even stop moving. He's just going back and forth. All right, Pine Enjoyer from Supple Oni. Also moving around. There's no time for that Aridus buff to reset. It should have dropped by now. So once again, thinking it might be snapshotted. This one is from Synhedron, the barcode name. He's been moving around non-stop, but it hasn't dropped yet. So look at him run in. Aridus buff still active. All right, we got Biggs, a Spear Dagger from Take Care Panda with the Aridus buff. We got this Chinese character name guy from Supple with the Aridus buff. As you know, he's been running non-stop. This should have fell off. This should have definitely fallen off. Yui from Swipe Credit, a crossbow dagger with the Aridus buff. We got a player named Hisori, dagger spear with the Aridus buff. We got Supple Phoenix's Shinzu with the Aridus buff, dagger spear. Take Care Panda's Biggs, spear dagger. Aridus buff. Like, isn't it wild? Like, how many people are doing this exploit? It's literally an exploit. Some of them don't even have a staff equipped. They're walking around with their weapon showing, no staff, but have the Aridus buff. It's an exploit. And there are many more exploits in the game that people can abuse, and I'm sure some people do abuse. This one is an easy to spot one. What's important, and one of the main reasons I'm making this video, is I want AGS to step in and stop it. It's a live service game, which, you know, I'm sure people were on vacation, but the game's been going on. People are playing the game. Things are happening in the game. You guys got to be on top of this shit. Like, how difficult is it to disable or at least change the number on that Aridus buff from 30 to 0? Okay, I'm not a game developer. I don't know how exactly that works, but literally any game, any major studio wouldn't let this happen, wouldn't let an exploit this well known and this open for everyone to abuse be freely used for so long. Blizzard wouldn't let it happen. Even Pearl Abyss wouldn't let it happen. Like Nexon, Square Enix, ArenaNet, none of them would have let this happen. Like, it's wild to me that it's so well known. There's a video with 30,000 views almost teaching you how to do all these things, and it's just there. It's just there. Nobody cares. Unless AGS takes a tough stand, we're gonna see this game belly flop harder than ever imagined. Like, it did way better than I expected. I honestly thought it was going to lose 90% of its player base within the first month, but it had potential. Why drop the ball now? Like, we know they can take action and go through logs and figure things out from when they tackled our armed tiers and gave them negative loosen. I'm not asking for them to ban everybody. At the very least, fix it. Now, of course, this is only on my server Xeroth on NA East early access. Let me know in the comment section down below how your server is doing and if people are openly exploiting this bug. And I really hope that they do fix it. That's all I really want. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.